blockers in the Pro Volleyball Federation. Nice pass to Shompoo, who tees up Abercrombie on the D-ball.
It's absolutely beautiful. Whenever you've got a 5-1 situation with your setter and your setter is in the front row, you have to have offense from that right side of the court.
Family, Lydia Grote, an Orlando Valkyrie. A recent draftee, Maren Grote, a 2-year pro for the Rise. Shompoo called her own number. And Pritchard turned on that one. How about that arm swing, Mads?
That was a beautiful all-around play. Ogilvie with the diving save. She's a rookie, but she played at such a high level at Stanford. The quick toss from Rasky out to the outside. With that fast arm swing, you're going to see her tool the block a lot.
I mentioned the 21 kills for Ava Pritchard against Orlando. She added 10 more against San Diego and was named the Pro Volleyball Federation Player of the Week in week number 4. Didn't play a ton last year, did Pritchard, but she has made her opportunities count this year. I'll tell you, somebody who has played a ton going back to last year, Adora Anai.
Adora Anai is a point scorer for this Valkyries team. She's 3rd in the league in kills. She's going to get fed a lot of balls over there on the outside.
Top 10 also in kills per set. August Rasky calls her own number. She is likely the most offensive setter in the Pro Volleyball Federation. Abercrombie, plenty offensive herself. The leader in kills and points league-wide.
And you cannot give Abercrombie any kind of space on the net. You see the lane that she has in between that outside blocker and the middle blocker. And you can see that she's going to do that open area of the court. She takes a little bit off of it and gets the point.
Opportunity here for Orlando. Schwann this time goes 4-4, induces the overdig, and Kaz Brown puts that ball down in a hurry.
Watch Ogilvie on this dig, just controlling it nice and up, but with all of that power behind the swing, it caused the overpass. Kaz Brown says, no, very disciplined on the block. Don't let them yin-yang us, is what she said.
Off the slide, Grote dug. Anai. Picked up by Pritchard. Opportunity here for Orlando, and off one foot, Natalie Foster puts it down.
So before I ever watched Natalie Foster play, her SMU head coach said she can hit just about any set, any sharp angle, anything. Natalie Foster's legit. Because you have Shompoo, who's a little bit shorter of a right side blocker, so she's trying to take advantage of that height disparity.
Here she goes again, and this time got it inside of Kaz Brown.
Yeah, that one she didn't even need to turn down the line because Natalie Foster wasn't there to close all the way, so there was a little bit of gap in between the block, and she took advantage with that fast arm swing.
Fair. Each of these teams hitting south of 200 now. Coming into this matchup, they're the 2 highest hitting teams in terms of hit percentage. The Valkyries at 266 and Grand Rapids themselves at 250. Abercrombie. Better offense there by Orlando.
Orlando Valkyries service pressure.
Trying to get that train back on the right track if you are a Valkyries fan, and they are well on their way. Rasky dug in the back row by Schwann.
Sorry. Oh, okay, so I accidentally passed that ball.
I was just staring at it. I don't know what I was going to do if it made its way over here. Brittany Abercrombie knows what to do, though. See ball, hit ball, put ball down.
Amen. And she's got such range, and she's a lefty, too, so opposing blocks are having trouble lining up on her in the correct position. If you're the Rise, you're thinking about gaining momentum to take into the next set.
Murphy lays out, Schwann puts it down, and Orlando strikes first.
So she didn't have her full approach in front of her to swing around the block.
Back to Brown, and out of play. That will be a point for Orlando.
Watch Kaz Brown on the slide. She's just as good behind the setter and off of 1 foot as she is in front and off of 2 feet. That's how athletic and quick she moves side to side.
Second kill of the match for number 11 in white. And that is some swing by Snyder, number 4 in red.
That's an absolutely beautiful swing. Watch Snyder on the left side of your screen get up, use all of that momentum, and then she gets on top of the ball really well.
Draw the parallels to a league she won, and the numbers are that similar in terms of production. It's quite staggering. Off one foot, there's Natalie Foster.
Natalie Foster can hit the sharp angles. She can also bust out that smooth, deep swing, so she's very versatile with her attack. And then you see her there avoiding the hands of the block, identifying the hands, dropping that thumb, and driving it down the line.
That is the 4th kill on 5 swings for Foster. No errors. In fact, she's only had 8 all season. Nice swing by Pritchard. And it's interesting, Madison, Kathy George told us that she is really being mentored by Carly Snyder and learning a lot from her protege from the University of Florida, who's had such a great career internationally as well.
Exactly. Carly Snyder is as experienced as they come, so I can only imagine that she's learning and gaining so much knowledge from playing behind a player like that.
Yeah, opening up the court, using all the areas of the court, getting comfortable being targeted on serve, receive. And she likened Carly Snyder to Kathy George to block and defend somebody like that. The extra mojo, the extra juice that she likely can put on the ball.
That's such a good point. There definitely is a mental game to this as well. And all that confidence that Abercrombie brings and all that expertise, it definitely makes it harder to block.
Great defense there by Adora Anai. Got a collective ooh and awe from the crowd. And Nani Yosia dove for it but couldn't take it up. Nelson drops the hammer.
Nelson is new to the lineup, stepping in with Shimei out with a minor injury, driving it down the line in between two defense and scrappy. They're a never say die kind of team. All of their defenders are willing to throw their bodies all over the ground to keep the ball alive. And I will make a point to say, first ball contact for the Rise is still a little bit sloppy on this serve receive. They're not getting it to their setter.
And that's an ace serve by Schwann, right on cue. As good as Courtney Schwann is in the front row, Madison, I just want to build on your point a little bit. She has been so valuable for Orlando in the back. And I think we're going to have to build that conversation out here momentarily.
I love it too, and it also is a testament to how many kids come to these volleyball games. Orlando's a great hub for young girls and young boys wanting to come watch good volleyball and have a clear path of where they can take the sport.
What an up by Nani Yosia, and that ball is down. Great work by Orlando, and it all started with that initial contact by Yosia, number 18, the second libero for the Valkyries.
Diving those arms into the open seat.
What is it in general about Ali Bastianelli that makes her so good defensively manning the net?
She's really quick laterally, so side to side, she can get there just like she did right there and close the block. She's very disciplined. She waits to see the set, and then she moves because she trusts herself and how disciplined she is. So she
serving
has
Madison,
all the
which makes it
right
so impressive that she leads the league in aces and was one of the ACC leaders and SMU record holder with 64 a season ago. Sam Erger, her college coach, gave her the green light to miss and just trust yourself and learn to trust yourself. And Amy Pauley has continued that here for better or for worse with Orlando.
She cannot afford to miss that serve.
100%. It's not the fact that you had a second service error in 2 sets. That's not bad. It's just when it happened that's unfortunate. Snyder makes up for it, though, off that cross-court kill rally. But they have made this second set ever more interesting. They're manning the net well. They're manning the net very well. It's fun it's been to watch Natalie Foster explode onto the scene. Snyder to serve. Anai backs up on it. And Grand Rapids does everything they can just to get the ball back. Anai caught hands. Pritchard takes them off. Great work defensively by Abercrombie. That's still up. Are you kidding?
Oh my gosh.
The way she is right now to Bill Thornburg, nothing wrong with what she's doing right there. That was a crazy rally, and of course, it's worth a conversation. But we get back to the action with Orlando upset point. Pritchard off the top of the block and down.
Pritchard with that fast arm swing is able to take advantage of blocks because she's swinging up, over, and then quickly, and the block is not up and pressed at the right time. This is a must-have serve. You got to put the ball in the court and aggressively.
Orlando a side out away. It's an eye. Off the cross. And Adora Anai goes 4-4 to seal set 2.
That 4-4 is a beautiful swing by Anai, who swings it that very confidently and off to the side so quickly, getting up and pressing. She's absolutely invasive at the net.
It feels like we're due for a Natalie Foster ace. Elena Ogilvie says not yet. Back set Abercrombie, kept up by Rasky. Good defense by the setter. Off speed, out of the back. Crafty by Adora Anai. And I thought I heard the horn, which means we might see a challenge coming in from the folks. Once again, leads by 3. There's Bastianelli out of the middle.
And that's how good the Rise is when they're in system. They can run through their middles, the middles don't get a ton of sets historically in these matches, so running through the middles, who are your most efficient attackers, 16, is only going to pay to your...
Digging a little bit deeper into their bench. It's been an unusual match, to say the least. There have been some funky rallies, some really tremendous defensive plays, and some interesting angles that balls have come back into play on, and Ali Bastianelli just punished that one.
And Natalie Foster, middle for the Valkyries, got a little tied up. Didn't track that set all the way out.
When you're down 2-0 and you're knotted up at 17, every chance you get to put a point on the board, magnified even more. Abercrombie. I mean, I don't even know what else to say. If you have not watched her punish volleyballs the way she can up close in person, you just don't know. It's been their best set so far, by far, in this match.
And they're leading by 1. I completely agree. Coach Kathy George is making great decisions.
Courtney Schwann beat Bastianelli, and that is another kill for number 4 in white.
Great set by Shompoo, who's having to come off of the net, about 12 feet off the net, but gets her hips around it, squares.
Rasky over the back. Sis dug in the back row by Pritchard. Ridge Romine has been the hot hand here of late for Grand Rapids. It'll be another opportunity for the Rise. And there she goes once again. Abercrombie got it across. Defense turning into offense. And another "are you kidding me" point that the Valkyries win.
What can't Brittany Abercrombie do? A diving save, left arm. It actually works out that she's left-handed in this scenario. She's got all that power with her left arm to get it over. The Rise not
expecting. The second set, there was a crazy rally in the red zone in that one. And here we are again with Orlando winning a crazy point. Assist off speed. Wilson swings away off the right. Opportunity here for Grand Rapids, and Rasky knows exactly what to do with it. I mentioned it earlier, Madison. She's one of the more offensive-minded setters in this league, and she's also really efficient generally, too.
She's incredible. She knows exactly when to throw in.
A ton for San Diego. Had an ankle injury, and also when Nutsara Tomcom is your starting setter, there isn't a whole lot of people that are going to beat her out for that assignment. So Rasky getting her first taste of action this season as a starting setter, and Erica Pritchard got a taste of volleyball.
So disciplined on the block. Watch Shompoo, who is a master at setting the block up, reading it, and that was almost a solo block. That fires her up because the height disparity.
That you can sink your teeth into the match. You're about to find out. Raven Colvin back to serve. Foster out of the middle, dug by Rasky. At a system ball, Pritchard blocked. Another block by Orlando in this set.
The block is absolutely locked in for Orlando. Knowing that's going to the outside, seeing that the set is a bit inside, so their blocking placement and where they're setting up has been absolutely perfect.
4 blocks in the first 2, 6 in this block alone. Rasky, dug by Goodpart. Abercrombie, dug by Rasky. That is tight, and that is trouble, and that is set point.
That set a little too tight, out of system set by Ogilvy, just drifting a little too far onto the net. You see Pritchard nowhere to go, trying to tip, trying to get it over. She had nowhere to go, and the Valkyries are now within one. If you're the server, you want to just get back to the service line and do what you know how to do, but calling the timeout makes you think about it a little too much.
Rasky serves out of the back row. That means there's 3 attackers in the front row for Grand Rapids. Pritchard, the outside hitter, has been their hottest option all season. Ogilvy dove for it, but it'll be a second match point opportunity for the Valks.
It was a good read by Ogilvy. She just couldn't get under it enough, pop it up. Brittany Abercrombie is putting on
Maker
a
for
master class.
In a set where their offense has sputtered.
Brittany Abercrombie, 3 of those blocks in this set. Kaz Brown, Natalie Foster with a couple. Very impressive.
And Foster goes back to serve. It's an ace for Foster and another win for the Valks.
Natalie Foster continues to impress behind the service line. It's a hybrid, it's fast floating, it dips. It's really difficult to pass, and time again, she is getting the serve-receive line in a whole lot of trouble.
The first win for